A very happy morning to all of you children. I hope you all are keeping fit and fine at your homes. So this is the first video I believe for the month of August, where we will be studying about the chemical effects of current. That's chapter number 12, children. Children, we have already started this chapter, so we'll just touch up on the topics that we have studied in the last video, and also in our Zoom classes we have discussed on these topics. So under the chapter chemical effects of current, we have defined current. We have also defined conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Under the topic of chemical effects of current, we have studied about the process of electrolysis. We came across certain new terms, that's electrodes, electrolyte, anode, cathode, ionization. These were the new terms that we have come across in the process of electrolysis. So now in today's class, we will go ahead and study about the application of electrolysis. We will go ahead and one by one study all the applications in detail. But before we go ahead, just wanted to touch up on the definition of electrolysis, children, which is the process of decomposition of electrolyte solution into ions on passing current through it. Yes, so what happens in electrolysis? The electrolyte solution gets broken down into ions when current is passed through it, right? So the apparatus used for electrolysis is called as voltmeter or electrolytic cell. And when the electricity is passed, it produces chemical changes in the electrolyte solution. Then what is an electrolyte? We all know that electrolyte is the liquid which conducts electricity and undergoes decomposition. For example, sodium chloride, which is the common salt, when this is added to the water, it becomes an electrolyte and conducts electricity when current is passed through it. We will also study about the characteristics of a good electrolyte. A good electrolyte should have the following characteristics so that it can help to carry on the process of electrolysis smoothly. So the electrolyte should be highly soluble in water. It should be a good conductor of electricity, and it should be as cheap as possible so that large scale electrolysis processes can be carried on. So these are three important characteristic features of an ideal electrolyte, that it should be easily soluble and highly soluble in water. Then it should be a good conductor of electricity and should be cheap, so that on large scale electrolysis it can be used as an electrolyte. Alright, so these were the characteristics of good electrolyte. Now we will go ahead and study about the applications of electrolysis. There are three major applications that we will study under this topic. First one is purification of metals. Second one is extraction of metals. And the third one is electroplating. So starting with the first application, purification of metals. Children, here the metals are purified from the impure metal form. जो impurities present होती हैं metal के साथ, by this method the impurities are removed and the pure metal is obtained. This process is also called as electro-refining. The process of purification of a metal by electrolysis is known as electro-refining. So let us take an example here and study how the purification of metals is being done by the process of electrolysis. Children, for this purpose, the impure metal is made the anode and a pure metallic strip is used as the cathode. Now if you look on the screen, we are trying to purify copper. Yes, so यहाँ पे हम एनोड को क्या बनाएंगे? एनोड is the impure metal. Yes, we will take the metal strip that is impure, and cathode will be We all know that anode is positively charged or negatively charged electrode. Anode is positively charged electrode. So impure metal will be connected to the anode. And a pure metallic strip is used as cathode. Cathode is negatively charged electrode here. Alright, so हमने copper की एक strip ली, that is the pure metal, and that will act as the cathode. And another impure metal strip or rod we will take, that will work as anode. What will be the electrolyte? A soluble salt of the pure metal is taken as the electrolyte here. So यहाँ पे soluble salt of the pure metal क्या लिया है हमने? Copper is the metal that we are trying to purify. So a soluble salt of copper is copper sulfate. Alright, so यहाँ पे electrolyte को हम लेंगे as copper sulfate, which will work as an electrolyte in the process of electrorefining. Now when the current is passed, the anode dissolves, but only the pure metal deposits on the cathode. Now, as we all understand, when the current will be passed, anode will get dissolved. So जो impurities और pure copper है, they will get dissolved in the electrolyte, and copper and sulfate in the electrolyte. From the electrolyte, the copper, that is positively charged ion, it will move to the cathode, which is the negatively charged electrode. Now why will the positive ions move towards the cathode only? Why not towards the anode? We all know that opposite charges attract each other. Yes, so that is the reason the positively charged copper ions will move towards the cathode, which is the negatively charged electrode. Yes, so on passing current, the anode dissolves, but only the pure metal deposits on the cathode. The other examples of the metals which are being purified by electrorefining are silver, gold, zinc. They are also refined by the process of electrorefining. So this is the first application of electrolysis. The second application where electrolysis is used is extraction of metal from their ores. Now what are ores, children? O-R-E-S. What do we understand by this word? Ores are actually the rocks in which the elements or the minerals are present with the metals. From the ores, the metals are extracted through mining, and then they are refined to extract the valuable element. ठीक है? So certain metals are extracted from their ores using the electrolysis process. For example, aluminium. Aluminium ka ore is bauxite and cryolite. There are two ores which exist for aluminium, that is bauxite. Bauxite ka chemical formula is Al2O3, which is aluminium oxide, and cryolite, the chemical formula for cryolite is Na3Al(F6). This is given in your textbook. When you read through the textbook, you can see the chemical formula as well. Now, active metals like sodium, calcium and magnesium are also extracted from their ores using electrolysis. When the current is passed, aluminium oxide breaks down into aluminium and oxygen. So this is how the metals are extracted from their ores by passing the current through the process of electrolysis. Now children, this process of extraction of metals from their ores, it is also called as metallurgy. It's not mentioned in the textbook, but the process is called as metallurgy. Alright, so these are the two applications that we have studied. Now moving on to the last application of electrolysis, it is electroplating. Now before we go ahead and understand electroplating, there is something called as losing electron and gaining electron. Yes, जो हमारे पॉजिटिव आयन्स हैं वो कैथोड की तरफ मूव करते हैं and they gain electrons. So this process is called as reduction, and when the negative ions move to the positive electron, they lose electrons. So this process is called as oxidation. In electrolysis, the electrolyte contains positive and negative ions, so their movement is basically oxidation reaction or reduction reaction. This information is good to know for you all, as we will not go ahead and study about oxidation and reduction in detail, but just good to know is the movement of the electrons and the ions is basically oxidation and reduction. Now we will go ahead and study about the electroplating. So children, electroplating is actually a process where the deposition of a thin layer of one metal over another metal is done by the method of electrolysis. Alright, जैसे हम we all see that कोई cheap metal होता है, उसके ऊपर हम thin gold की layer देखते हैं. Yes, silver की layers भी चढ़ाई जाती हैं on the cheap metals. This is how the electroplating is being done. The articles of cheap metals are coated with precious metals like silver and gold to make them look more attractive. The article that needs to be electroplated is made as cathode, and the metal to be deposited is made the anode. So for this as well, we will go ahead and take an example and explain the process of electroplating. Children, we will go ahead and look at the activity 12.5 which is given on page number 203. Okay, यहाँ पे electroplating is being done with the help of zinc on an iron nail. ठीक है, so हम zinc deposit कर रहे हैं, zinc की एक thin layer deposit कर रहे हैं iron nail के ऊपर. So what do you think will be cathode and anode? As I mentioned, the article that need to be electroplated is made the cathode. So यहाँ पे हम क्या किसे बनाएंगे cathode? Iron nail को. Yes. And the metal to be deposited is made as the anode. Right? So यहाँ पे हम किसको anode बनाएंगे? Zinc को. Zinc will be on the anode and on the cathode would be the iron nail. And what will be the electrolyte solution? We will take electrolyte here as zinc sulfate. Alright, so we'll take zinc sulfate solution in the beaker, connect a zinc rod to the positive terminal of the battery using a connecting wire. So the zinc strip will work as anode, and also we will connect the iron nail to the negative terminal of the battery, which will act as the cathode. And the soluble salt for the electrolyte used here is zinc sulfate. Now we will dip the zinc strip and iron nail in the zinc sulfate solution. Now we will pass the current. When the current is passed through the circuit, a thin film of the metal deposits on the cathode. So what happens during this? जब हमने current pass किया तो क्या हुआ? The ions got disassociated. जो हमारा zinc sulfate solution electrolyte present था, उसमें zinc और sulfate के जो ions थे वो एक दूसरे से अलग हो गए. They got decomposed. Yes, zinc positively charged था और sulfate part है वो negative ion है. ठीक है. Now zinc is positively charged, so it will move towards the cathode, which is the negatively charged electrode. Right? So now all the zinc ions will move towards the iron nail, that is cathode. So electrolyte में zinc कहाँ से आएगा? It will come from the anode. Anode में से कुछ zinc के ions dissolve होके electrolyte में mix हो जाएंगे. So that's how this works. So we will allow the current to pass for around 20 to 25 minutes, and a uniform coating of zinc metal is formed on the iron nail. So this is how electroplating is being done. So electroplating is the process of depositing a thin layer of one metal over another metal by the method of electrolysis. So जहाँ पे हम जो इस metal को हम deposit कर रहे हैं, it should be less reactive than the metal on which it is getting deposited. Now there are many applications of electroplating, children, that we see in our day-to-day life. Electroplating is used for coating metal objects with a thin layer of different metals. For example, chromium plating is done on many objects such as kitchen gas burner, bath taps, etc. And electroplating is also helpful to prevent corrosion. For example, आपने अपनी बेल्ट देखी होगी, बेल्ट का जो बकल होता है that has a shiny appearance. मगर आयरन तो if you see get a magnet around, it will attract towards the magnet will attract towards your belt buckle. Yes, that's because it's made up of iron. But iron इतना shiny तो नहीं होता. The shiny part is actually the chromium. A thin layer of chromium is there and it does not allow the iron to get corroded easily. Yes, जब बहुत ज़्यादा आपकी बेल्ट पुरानी हो जाती है तब देखा है क्रोमियम की लेयर निकलने लगती है and then the iron part, that's the dark part, blackish part, that comes out. So your belt buckle appears shiny, that's because of the chromium being electroplated on iron. Also, jewelers electroplate silver and gold on less expensive metals. Tin cans used for storing food are made by electroplating tin on iron. Then we also know iron is coated with zinc to protect it from corrosion. What is that process called as? That process is called as galvanization. So galvanization is kind of electroplating that is being done to prevent the formation of rust on iron. So these were certain applications of electroplating, children. That was the last topic for today's video, children. Please go through the topics that we have discussed today. Make a note of your doubts that we can clarify or discuss in our Zoom class. Along with this video, you also getting YouTube links. Go through the YouTube links and make a note of the question answers that are being sent in the form of PDF to you all. I hope you all enjoy e-learning. Have a nice day. Thank you.